Craig, can you talk about your thoughts about last time at home, playing in that helmet and going down the tunnel, all that?
Well, for me, being a guy that's played here since my freshman year, it's been, I'll be thinking of like all the ups and downs and all the crazy games I've been in, and all of what I've really been able to enjoy as a Michigan Wolverine. And it's been something real special. And I don't know, I think a lot of times when you're in the thick of it, you can't appreciate it as much. But now that I'm at my last few games here, I think I can reminisce a little bit more and stop for a second and think like I've been really blessed.
Craig, Brady talked about the leverage and tackling issues on Saturday. When you looked at film yesterday, where do you think that this defense can make the most improvement going into Iowa?
I think it's just everyone doing their job and being able to get off blocks. And Iowa's a lot different team than Northwestern. Iowa's a power running team. You know what they're going to do, and they're going to impose their will on you. And with Iowa, it's more being able to be in your gap, be gap sound, and then throw off and make plays when you need to make plays.
Speaking of that, I mean, do you yourself prefer playing against an offense like that versus maybe something like Northwestern's, or is it all the same to you? I
mean, really, it's all the same. The thing is that I want us to play great defensively, and I don't think it really matters which offense we go against. Or which one I prefer. It's if we can come out and play the way that we know how to play.
You mentioned those ups and downs you've had at Michigan Stadium since last fall. You're 13 now at home. What is it about this place that gives you guys maybe the extra boost in close games?
It's the greatest stadium in the entire country, and you have 100,000 plus coming in every one of your games. And I'm a guy that came from Arizona, where I don't know. Football really isn't just as important, and it's crazy to see how dedicated, like, really everyone is around Michigan football. And I think it's that, along with the tradition, along with how hard we worked, along with the coaching, and how we come into every game, believing that we're going to win. I think that all accumulates to that that perfect record at home for the past 2 years.
Iowa's a team that's had a lot of success against you guys these last few years. How much will that be part of the motivation for this game?
Well, I myself have not beaten Iowa yet, and I know just for selfish reasons that would be a huge motivation for me. I never want to go not beating a team, in my career, and that's something that that we control, that this whole team controls, and it's real exciting to be able to have another opportunity to go out there and play the way we know how to play.
Does that maybe, I mean, you guys talk about every week is a championship week, and Ohio State is next week. Does that help keep yourself focused on Iowa when you've got something, a vendetta maybe against them to motivate you? Yeah,
well, I think the great thing about this team is that we really don't look much further ahead than our next opponent. We're so engrossed in the film study and the practice and making sure everything is right with the game plan that I really don't think a lot of guys think of skip one team and start thinking about the other. And it's the same this week for Iowa.
Craig, Will came in here and talked about how grateful he was for a couple of years under this staff. Without saying anything against the guys that you started with, are you grateful that you had an opportunity to kind of develop under this defensive staff?
Yeah, enormously. I was even talking with Coach Montgomery, just saying, if I had a couple more years with these guys are amazing coaches, and I've become exponentially better because of these guys. And I don't know, I really can't thank them enough for the type of football player they've made a lot of guys on the team, and me specifically, and how they've made me a more of a man as well.